So many teenagers out here be thinking they grown and they on and popping, and bro, you not grown till you start paying your own bills, bruh. Till you live on your own, bruh. Till you have your own car, bruh. Till you start having to pay off debt, bruh. Like, get out of here with that grown stuff.
And I just couldn't catch that flame, 'cause beauty is my name.
What up, beauty gang? What is good, beauty gang? Welcome back to yet another girl talk video. As promised, I told y'all they were back and here to stay. I'm keeping my word. As you can tell by the title, this girl talk is about virginity a little bit, but more so my personal story. Now, before I get into it, if you are new to my channel, you ain't never heard of Beauty Gang before, which is crazy, but if you ain't never heard of us, I'm gonna just tell you now, you should probably hit the subscribe button because we're like the littest gang out there. So hit the subscribe button, hit that bell button too, so you're notified each time I post a new video, especially girl talks, because like I said, they are back. Now that that is out of the way, if you have not seen my previous kind of virginity girl talk video about losing your virginity and my experience, in that video I kind of touched on how I regretted it, but I didn't go into detail as to why. So I didn't want to leave you guys kind of out there hanging on a limb like, why did she regret it? Like, what happened? Blah, blah, blah. You guys know me. You guys know that I keep it 100 and real with you guys all the time. So I felt like this video was kind of necessary and kind of like a part 2 to that video. So if you have not watched that video yet, definitely make sure to watch that video either before or after this video. It is up to you. I will link it at the top of the screen, in the description box, and it's obviously on my channel, so you can't miss it. I mean, like, girl, come on to this one. Let's hop right into this thing. So there's multiple reasons behind why I personally regret losing my virginity, and I kind of tried to make a list of things. And it's more so hard to put into words why I regret losing it. I just know deep down inside I truly regret it. Like, truly regret it. And it's unfortunately a regret that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. And yes, you can learn to cope with regrets and move on and blah blah. Like, I'm happy as hell with the guy I'm with now and stuff, but unfortunately you cannot change the past, nor can you forget it. So when I was kind of pondering on why I regret it so much, trying to get down to the root of like why I regret it, I came up with a couple of reasons why I think I regret it so much. Might not be all of them, but some of the top reasons I came up with. One was that I felt like I didn't stay true to myself. So if you watched the previous video, or even if you haven't, which you need to do, I did touch on how I originally had said before I lost my virginity that I planned to be a VTM, a virgin till marriage. And while I'm sitting up here kind of thinking of why do I regret it so much, it's not necessarily that I regret that I didn't remain a virgin till marriage. I think it's just that I told myself that I was going to, and I didn't. So in retrospect, it's like I didn't stay true to myself. So that was kind of a regret, like, dang, you didn't even keep a promise to yourself. You know how like really sucks when somebody doesn't keep a promise to you, like a friend, a parent, a sibling, whatever, and you're like, dang, you really screwed me over, bro. Like, what's that about? That's how I feel like I did myself. Therefore, I can't be mad at anybody else but myself. So in that scenario, at that age, you know, I was saying I wanted to be a VTM and stuff. And if I'm going to be 100 with you guys, I didn't have the right mindset to stay true to myself back then. A couple of reasons behind that is a lot of people kind of say they want to be a virgin till marriage for religious reasons. I didn't have a really strong relationship or bond or anything with God like that for me to be saying that. And then 2, I kind of think I was just saying it just to be cool. I don't know, it's weird. It's so weird because some girls are really ashamed to be virgins regardless of what age they are, and a lot of other girls kind of brag on it like, yeah, I'm a virgin, and either one is fine, but I think mine more so back then was, yeah, I'm a virgin, you know, like it was for like a I'm better than, and I'm not saying that I am. Don't drag me in the comments. I will clap back. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that was the mindset that I was in back then. I was very naive, didn't really have the mental capacity to understand what I was saying back then. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's making sense to me because as I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself to try to figure out the deep underlying reason why I regret it so much. So one of them I think definitely is because I didn't stay true to myself. I had made myself this promise that eventually I might have broken, if I'm gonna be real. Even if I didn't lose my virginity with him, I probably still would have ended up losing my virginity before marriage, if I'm being 100 with you guys. But one of the for sure reasons though is because I didn't stay true to myself. I didn't keep that promise. And the next reason why I feel like I regret it kind of ties into that first one when I was saying very young and naive. I just feel like I was too young. Like, I was 15 years old, only been a teenager for 2 years or so, only been in high school for 2 years. Everything just went really freaking fast. From how I was 7th to 8th grade, junior high-ish to high school, the transition was like super fast, almost too fast, and my young mind was too naive to comprehend how fast things were going. If I knew the things that I know now, there's no way in hell I would have lost my virginity at 15 years old. I just personally wasn't ready yet. My mind just was not ready for that. And I know not everybody holds this mindset in terms of, you know, sexual intercourse and stuff, but for me personally, I think sex is a very special and valuable part of a human being. I know not everybody holds that mindset, but I personally do. And I don't judge if you don't, but for me, I think it's very important to share that only with those who are worthy of it. And because I was so young, I was dumb to think that the person I lost it to was worthy of something that special of mine. So, too young, didn't really understand the whole concept of sex and the meaning behind it. Well, what I developed the meaning of sex to be for myself. I didn't have a developed meaning of what sex meant. Some people develop a meaning that is meaningless. Some people develop a meaning like it means everything. And I think I'm more so towards the side of like it's everything. Especially when you get older, you realize how intense sex is. And it's not just the sex, it's like the intimacy that you share with another person is just, it's remarkable. But the way I can comprehend and understand that meaning now, there was no way I was going to be able to comprehend it at that young of an age. Another huge regret that most of you OG subscribers already know about, never really got into detail, but I guess I can kind of go into detail in this video. The guy that I lost my virginity to, my first boyfriend, cheated on me like multiple times. So a huge reason why I regret losing my virginity is because it was the wrong guy. Like, it was the wrong guy, y'all. Like, I feel it in me. I'm getting a little mad at myself because it was the wrong guy. He cheated on me. He peer pressured me into it. I think I kind of touched on it in the part 1 of losing your virginity and my experience about how he had basically said, how do you expect a guy to stay with a girl who won't give it up or something like that. And I kind of touched on how like that was my first boyfriend. That was kind of like my everything back then. So I was like, oh God, I have to. I don't want to lose him. And that goes into being so young and naive. Like when we're young, we think that when we find someone, and this is no shade if any of you guys are young and have somebody that you found, you know, sometimes it works. But a lot of times it doesn't. When you find this first love at a young age, you just think like that's it. Like that is it for me. This is the one. Like, girl, there's so much out there for you. But I will save that for another video. Bottom line, I was in that mindset of he is my everything. I gotta sacrifice whatever I gotta sacrifice. I gotta do whatever I gotta do to keep him with me, to keep him mine, you know? Even though he was never really mine, I was always sharing him. But another reason I regret losing it. It was the wrong freaking person who did not value me, who did not value my body. Like, just, I don't even think he valued the relationship. Skip the intimacy and sex part. He just didn't value nothing. So, wrong person. Another reason I regret it, not just peer pressure from him, but other people. Like, a lot of people from my school at the time were all sexually active. People even back in junior high, mind-blowing, were sexually active. So like I was one of those rare cases, and I wasn't ashamed of that. I had no problem with being a virgin or whatever, but it didn't help that I kind of had people in my ear talking about it sometimes, or saying how good it is, or saying, have you had it yet, or you and him haven't done nothing yet. You know, all those questions you get, all those little people you don't even F with like that coming up to you like, did it happen yet? How, what? Like, you know, hearing so much of that in my ear subconsciously made me feel like, okay, I'm being childish, I'm being a baby, like everybody else has lost it except for me. Like, what am I waiting for? I need to get on my like grown stuff. I wasn't grown. 15 years old is not, whew, 15 years old is not grown, y'all. It is not grown. So anyway, I'm thinking I'm grown. Like I need it. I'm, you know, the time is ticking. The time wasn't ticking. I was 15 years old. But yeah, so the peer pressure factor did not help from other people, not just him. And then the last thing I kind of came up with why I regret it so much, okay, other than the fact that I was too young, I didn't stay true to myself, he didn't deserve me, I let peer pressure get in my ear, and I was naive. The probably biggest thing is that I lost a big piece of myself by doing that at that age and with that person. And as of recently, that's a piece of myself that I'm just now starting to get back, if that makes sense. Because it really does something to you when you give somebody all of you. I feel like, this is my personal opinion again, but I kind of feel like, you know, you can love someone and give them affection, buy them things, but when you give them all of you, like you open yourself for them, I mean, there's no other way of wording it. You're giving them all of you. And when you give all of yourself to someone and it still isn't enough, they still screw you over, they still cheat on you, they still are flirting with other girls, it does something to you, okay, internally, emotionally, mentally, maybe even physically. It's just a tough pill to swallow. And like I said, I will probably never get over it, and I'm definitely never gonna forget it. I think I've finally come to terms with it though, to the point where I've learned to forgive him, and I'm slowly beginning to forgive myself for it. But that's the only way that I'm going to be able to move on in a healthy direction, by forgiving. So yeah, y'all, your girl regrets losing her virginity, and I hope I broke it down a little bit better for you guys to understand why I regret it. I kind of just scratched the surface in terms of him like cheating and the stuff that he did. It was bad. It hurt me, you know, broke my heart, made me feel worthless, no confidence at all in myself, you know. But the good news is I am not that girl anymore, and I'm happy about that. So that's why I'm glad I'm able to make a video like this for you guys, where, you know, I was kind of down in the dumps and kind of not at the lowest of lows, but at that point in time I felt like the lowest of lows in terms of my self-love and confidence. And now I'm like here where I'm like, try me, nigga, you know. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, kind of got to know me a little bit more, you know, a little peek into my life. And yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. Let's make sure though that we remain very nice and respectful in the comment section. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, regardless if you don't agree with it. Not everybody's going to agree with me. That doesn't mean you have to leave a hate comment. You might not agree with what somebody comments. That doesn't mean you have to be rude, you know. Everybody has different paradigms and different mindsets, which is fine. So let's just keep it classy, ladies, okay? Keep it classy. Beauty Gang is classy only. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you are new. Go ahead and join Beauty Gang. And hit that bell button so you're notified each time I drop more gems for you guys like these girl talks. Because you know you like them. You know you do. And yeah, until next time, guys. Bye.
Move your body cause you're loving the way that you want. Move your body if you're loving the way that you talk. One time if you're confident. Clap 2 times cause you're on me. Never gave a damn about what they say, cause you handle all your business on a day by day. Head high, chest up, and catch that frame, cause beauty